Opening with the queen's pawn controls the center and usually leads to a more positional development of the pieces. d5 establishes a presence in the center, controls the e4 square, and opens up the light-squared bishop. The queen's gambit offers up a wing pawn to attack the center and distract black from the e4 square. In the Slav defense, c6 supports the d5 pawn. Knight c3 attacks the d5 square and starts the fight for the e4 square, developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. The queen moves forward into the game. Solid choice in the opening. This protects an underdefended pawn that is under attack. The bishop moves forward into the game. Solid choice in the opening. White develops the knight and attacks the center, developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. Now black can't stop white from winning a pawn if they make the right moves. This strikes at the center with a pawn, trying to gain space. This wins a pawn. Recaptures. This is the way to win a pawn. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. Moving from its starting spot, the bishop gets involved in the game, developing the bishop and increasing influence in the center. Castling kingside tends to be safer than queenside because the king is further from the center. Castling to the same side of the board is a more cautious approach. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. This forces the opponent to double castle pawns. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. This forces the opponent to isolate a pawn. Takes back. This is the strongest option. This threatens to win a knight by adding pressure to a pinned piece. Right on target. The pawn is now adequately defended. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. This threatens to win material through a tactic. This threatens to eventually win a knight. This prevents the opponent from being able to win material through a tactic. This protects an underdefended pawn that is under attack. With the rook now developed as well, white has all pieces ready for action. This stops the opponent from being able to win material through a tactic. This moves the pawn to safety. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. This threatens to eventually win a pawn. This is an equal trade. Takes back. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. This is an equal trade. Takes back. This defends a knight that was under attack and had no defenders. Very precise. This threatens to tactically win a bishop. The game was close to equal, but now white has the advantage. This wins time by threatening a queen and forcing it to move away. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Recaptures. This threatens to eventually win a pawn. That pawn was free for the taking. A very strong play. This overlooks an opportunity to add a defender to a vulnerable pawn. This is the strongest option. Right on target. The game was close to balanced, but now black is worse. This is not the right idea. Very precise. One of the best moves. This blocks white's pawn. The game is still close to equal, but white lost their advantage. This overlooks an opportunity to take an open file with a rook. White had an advantage, but now the game is close to equal. This misses an opportunity to take an open file with a rook. White's knight has moved to a square with greater activity and control. This is the strongest option. This is a fair move. Black's bishop has moved to a square with greater activity and control. A solid choice. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. This is an equal trade. White was better off, but now their position is winning. Takes back. That was a free pawn. Right on target. Very precise. Now black can't stop white from winning a pawn if they make the right moves. This threatens to force a weak, isolated pawn. A very strong play. There were worse moves, but also something much better. Recaptures. This threatens to set up a blockade. One of the best moves. This misses a better way to defend a pawn that was under attack. There was only one good move there. This moves the rook to safety, pushing a passed pawn. This is the only good move, putting the piece on a blockade square. This is the strongest option. This is the only move that works. This evades the check from the rook. This move puts the rook on a safer square. This is the only good move. This steps away from the checking rook. This threatens to eventually win a rook. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. This makes a passed pawn. This misses an opportunity to use a rook to counter a passed pawn. This overlooks a better way to evade the check from the opposing rook. This permits the opponent to use a rook to counter a passed pawn. This overlooks an opportunity to use a rook to counter a passed pawn. This is the only move that works. This blocks white's pawn. The passed pawn moves towards its goal.